Hello, everybody. This is Julie Miller Davis with All the Things with Julie Miller Davis. Welcome. Today, we are actually going to talk to Lisa Olsson today, who is the founder and owner of Olsson Fitness and the creator of the Olsson Fitness system. So excited to have you with her today. So what is the history of all the things? Why all the things with Julie Miller Davis? Well, we are all about at JMD Productivity, helping you focus on the right things that will grow your business so that you're stopping juggling all the things or putting out fires all day long so that you can do the things that are going to grow your business. I have experts that I introduce you to each month to help you balance all the things so you're not trying to do all the things. And today with Lisa Olsson, we're focusing on your fitness, on taking care of your body and on yourself, and talking about what she does and what she can help you with to really be more productive because you're taking care of yourself. So, at what we do at JMD Productivity Training is help people reset their habits and patterns so that they can stop doing all the things and start doing the right things. And what Lisa Olsson I would like to talk about is that she, as I said, is the owner of Olsson Fitness, and she's a personal trainer and health coach and one phenomenal human being, one of my favorite people on the planet. And is her goal to inspire the hope and belief that you can be and do anything that you want in life. So help me welcome to the stream, Lisa Olsson.
Yay! Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we're going to just be transparent here. We thought we were live for almost 25 minutes, and it turns out that we were not. So we're redoing the interview for you guys. We're going to keep it fresh. You never know. Everything's off the cuff a lot of times. So it might be similar. It might be different. We'll see.
Right.
But Lisa, so I just introduced you briefly. Can you just tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Sure. Thank you. I'm super excited to be here. So I am married to my husband, Drew. He's a firefighter. It'll be 14 years this summer. And then we have two young boys, Wyatt and Luke. They're 10 and 7. So I am first and foremost a wife and a mom. And I've had my business, my Olsson Fitness business, for about 9 years now, almost 10 years. And I'm also a very proud independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne International. And I've had that business for 7.5 years now, which is super cool. Little background, I am an athlete, just like you are, Julie. No wonder we get along so well. But a 3-sport Division I athlete. I played softball, basketball, and golf in college. And then I played or coached at the college level. And so sports are a big deal for me. Being fit, being active is all like a big part of my life. And I found like 8 years ago, I was working in the corporate world, definitely not in the fitness or health and wellness sphere at that time. I had done some personal training before that, but I was talking to all these, like I was a small business banker at a bank, right? And I was talking to all these small business owners, and I was like, why are they so bad? They're like so passionate about life, like most small business owners are. And I was like, why do you get to do what you want to do? Like, why don't I get to do what I want to do? But I don't know what I want to do. Like, what do I want to do? And I couldn't figure it out. And I went home, like one day, I remember a neighbor, she had a toddler about this, like a year older than my Wyatt. And she was like, I need to lose weight. I need to get in shape. And I was like, I'm feeling you there, right? Like new mom. I was like, I can help you with that. So we're doing weights in the garage and pushing babies and strollers around the the cul-de-sac in our loop. And I just got a lot of neighbors were like, what are you guys doing? Can we work out? And that's kind of where I got my business started. They're like, you're really good at this. Like, you should do this for real. And I'm like, well, I used to. And they're like, yeah, we should be paying you for what you're doing right now. I'm like, okay, let me start this business. And that's when I started the Olsson Fitness business. And a couple of years later, Arbonne. And then after Luke was born, I said, peace out to the bank and on my maternity leave and didn't go back. And so I've been full out entrepreneur since then.
Yes, you have.
Yay. Full present mom as well. Yay.
Lisa and I met kind of during that time when she was banking,
We
and
did.
then ended up coming back together and really connecting with each other once she
Yeah.
started her her business. And it's amazing because we both kind of remember this meeting,
Yeah.
but didn't really connect then. And so yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is.
Um, can you talk to us a little bit about so you and I are very much on the same page
Mhm.
around the way to build business, the way to build yourself
Yeah.
is through habits. And so, can you talk to us a little bit about your habits around time? Because I'm really, really passionate, as you know, about your habits around time. So, and so are you.
Yes.
So, talk to us about you and your habits.
Yes, I am very when I am at my best, my day is structured. When I am in chaos mode and struggling and all over the place, you can be like, "What did you do this morning? What have you done the last few mornings?" And you'll be able to know, and I can see like, "Whew, I did not do my morning routine." Like I'm a huge fan. Everybody has some kind of routine, whether it's good or not. But I'm a huge
Right.
fan of a morning routine, a nutrition routine, fitness routine, and evening routine.
Mhm.
And that's what I teach and coach on big time. So my morning routine, my habits around time. Like I follow Hal Elrod's Miracle Mornings, Lifesavers. So if you have not read that book, like I highly recommend it to anybody who is trying to figure out like a good morning routine. And so, the savers are sitting in silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing or journaling. And then I just add to that scheduling my day. And so when I do those lifesavers every day, or 95% of the time, like right when we do them as close to perfect as we can, like I just feel so much better and I have absolute control around my time.
Absolutely. And it's so important what Lisa's talking about, these routines. Routines turn into habit.
Mhm.
And we talk a lot at JMD about a morning routine, a daily routine, an end of day routine. And they don't have to be stagnant. They don't have to be rigid, but they need to be there. And there
Mhm.
need to be some like markers basically within there that let us know that we're on track and keep us really in check. Otherwise, what happens is so many people just hit that ground running and they don't have a plan whatsoever, and then they're just running around wondering what the heck is going on. Things are chaotic, and they don't know what they did all day,
Yeah.
and it feels it's exhausting to talk about. Like it feels exhausting, and we all do it now and then. But if you have the tools and things in place that Lisa can give you, that JMD can give you, then you can get yourself back in
Mhm.
check and rein yourself in a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, what I'm wondering is what what I like to talk about it a little bit is, we all hit roadblocks in our businesses, or we all hit places where we're not moving the way that we want to move. And so I'd love for you to talk about either one specific time or what you do when you're up against a wall or something seems not like you're growing or you're not doing things the way you want to, and you hit this problem. How did you in the past, or how do you solve that or get through those times?
Sure. For me, like my struggles have come when I am not doing a whole lot of activity, like the right activities in my business, right? And I just hit this plateau. And I've had that happen multiple times where I'm just riding the wave. Like I work hard, like, and I
Mhm,
enjoy working hard and having a
mhm.
career and helping people. Like I love that. But sometimes then, and I really like to play. So sometimes, like, my play is way up here and my work is way down here, right? And I'm like, okay, like, business is just hanging out and it's not like up here where I want it to be. What's going on? I'm a huge believer in that reflecting and reviewing and being able to see, like, okay, what am I doing? Like, am I really working my business? Because I'm very fortunate that a big portion of my business is a lot of residual type stuff that happens, and I don't have to be touching things all the time to be able to get paid. And so, but if I don't work, then I don't get paid
Yeah.
either, right?
Yeah.
So that can be my biggest struggle, and I know that the way to get out of it, because I have to do it, I and we'll talk about this probably in a little bit, but is getting out of my own head and just going for a walk and clearing my head with no music, no podcasts, no audibles, nothing like that, and just refocusing on like, okay, who do I serve? What do I do best? What do I need to do to be able to move the needle forward? And it's, The One Thing by Gary Keller that I've been listening to a lot. And it's just really refocuses me when I ever am struggling. And it's like, okay, do the activity. Like, I know exactly what I need to do for me. I
Right.
know exactly what I need to do to be able to get to where I want to be. It's a matter of doing it. A lot of us know what to do, even in health and fitness and productivity. We know what to do, but we're just not
We're
doing
not doing
it.
it. Yeah.
We're not doing it. And so I go back to what activities am I doing? And I even have like checklists for my own business to be like, okay, these are the things that I need to do every day to be able to move the needle
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, we all know what you and I do is not like rocket
Not
science. It's
saying.
not it's
No,
not hard,
y'all can
although
do
it's
it. You
hard.
know how to do
Like
it.
it's simple, right? It's simple. It's not easy. But
Right.
it's we so many of us know what to do, and we're just like, I just can't do it. I'm just not motivated. I'm not why am I not doing it? And so that's why our businesses also exist is because yes, of
Accountability.
course we all know what to do. And we've all read books and we've all tried this and tried that and, you know, um, downloaded whatever and tried it. And, like I'm very active woman and I worked with Lisa for the last half of last year,
Yeah.
basically, because I just needed that accountability and I needed, someone looking at me and my fitness from the outside in
Mhm.
because I'm not who I was when I was 30, 40, 50. but I'm trying to figure it out and I'm not as motivated. I don't enjoy um going to the gym anymore. And
Mhm.
so it's just a reframe and having Lisa look at it from the outside in is super helpful and having me look at people's productivity from the outside in, their calendars, their habits, their what they're doing to grow their business or not. Like, how do we get you where you want to go? And so we very much have that in common.
Mhm.
But the other thing that I really want to talk about is that Lisa and I we have been connected for a while, and we enjoy a lot of the same activities, which is why we hang out a lot. Plus, we like each other. But at JMD, it's very much a part of. We can't do business all the time because you have to reset. And so you have to recreate, you have to re-energize and recharge your batteries and not for just like a half a day or an evening. It's like you got to do things that bring you joy outside
Mhm.
of business, even if your business brings you a lot of joy. So I ski, hike, play tennis, and I love being outside. And I also sometimes like being in the cocoon of the house and watching a movie or reading a book or whatever. So Lisa, what are the things that you do? I mean, you and I are very similar, but what is it that really brings your battery up?
Yeah, me being outside, like I have to be outside, and I love the mountains. I can even just look outside, I look out my window, and whoo, my calm energy moves back up. But I love to snowboard, right? We'll go together and we do our trips and stuff. Like, she's such a good skier. You just fly down the mountain. I'm like, I'm coming, wait for me. You're trying to keep up. It's so fun. And then golf, of course, is a big one for me that we enjoy doing together as well. I just started trying to play a little bit of tennis, like trying to fit that in, which could be exciting to be able to do with you too. But mountains are my happy place. The family, we go camping a lot and paddle boarding and kayaking and just walking, just being outside with my dogs, playing. Like, I'm an athlete. I have to play. Like,
Play.
playing
Yeah.
with my kids, playing baseball, playing hockey, playing golf, playing whatever. Play. if I
Yeah.
could just play. And I ask my kids that too. Sometimes I'm like, what am I really good at? I asked them a while back. And I was like, what am I really good at? Because I feel like in order to be productive and successful and feel like you're living out your purpose, you have to do some of the things. Like if you can bring into work what you're really good at in life, I think that it's such a good mix. And
Yeah.
every time my kids are always like, oh, you're a really good athlete. Like you love sports. You love to just play. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no shortage of recreation here.
No, there is not. That's one of the great things about Colorado,
Mhm.
that and the beauty. So what are you reading or listening to in the self-development or business development arena right now? Or you mentioned Hal Elrod's The Miracle Morning, and you mentioned The One Thing, but is there something that you're engaged with right now that you can share with our listeners?
Well, I'm re-listening to Gary Keller's The One Thing on Audible right now. I listen to it in the shower. I listen to it when I'm getting ready. Um, I just, I know to grow my business, like when I focus on the right things and the one thing, then I just see so much more growth. So really honing in on this idea of the one thing, to be able to do the one thing that'll move you forward, to make it to where everything else you don't need to do or it's
Right.
irrelevant.
The one thing he talks about, the one thing that takes care of everything, right?
Right, the one thing that takes care of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really love that. Like, I don't know, I think I'm on round 3 since the beginning of the year for just re-listening to that. And then I'm also rereading John Maxwell's 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth. I think it's such a classic book. It's timeless. And being able to review and say, okay, where are my strengths in my personal growth and in my business, and where do I still need work, right? And being able to
Yeah.
have that beginner's mindset of always learning, always growing. And even though I've read one book once, like some of them are so good that I don't
Yeah.
know. That one is, I highlight and
That's
underline and
awesome.
journal about it. I love 15 Laws of Valuable Growth by
That's
John Maxwell.
awesome. That's
Anything John
awesome.
Maxwell. Yeah.
Yeah, and Lisa is she's a voracious learner.
Mhm.
And I think that's really important too for business owners and for all humans, is that like we have a curious nature as human beings. And so why not feed that a little bit and let yourselves learn. We should never be done learning. There's always something. We're never fully mastered. There's always something else to learn. You know, Lisa's just taken up tennis. When I turned 50, I took up tennis and learned a whole new sport, and it was
Years on you.
super hard. And
Yeah.
in my 40s, I did CrossFit. It was super hard, doing things physically that I'd never done in my life. And so for me, sports a lot of times, and that type of learning is really good for me and important to me, because
Mhm.
I think it helps me overcome things in my business, because I know that I can do hard things
Yeah.
and I don't have to give up. And I have a sticker on my cup that says, I may cry, but I still get things done, because a lot of times when I'm learning new things, my frustration comes out my eyes,
Yeah.
and I'm not really like crying, but I'm crying because it's just hard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
just ignore the tears.
Right. It's fine.
I'm okay. I'm doing it.
Right. Right.
So,
I do hard things. Yep.
yeah. Um, and so it is, and I love that Lisa also, she is always reading something, listening to something, and she's
Mhm.
always pouring those pieces of advice into her community and that kind of stuff. So I just always so appreciate that in you, Lisa, and
Thank
you just
you.
love to think and get
Right. And
creative
it's
about
for
things.
kids too. Like, I don't know, there's so many women, especially, that put their family and their kids before them. And like, you have to take care of you to be able to pour into others, right?
Right,
And I talk a lot about like, at the end of the day, are your family or your friends, is your purpose in life, are they getting the best of you, or are they getting the rest of you?
right.
Right. And so we have to develop ourselves, but then it also, you can translate this like with kids. I don't know how many books I've read for, especially my 10-year-old, and he just loves it. And with the growth and Pound the Stone, especially, he's read The Energy Bus. He's read like a ton of books. He comes into my library when he's kind of gone through his. And so, like, me being able to develop in my growth has helped me become a better parent.
Yeah.
also, which, it kind of kills two birds with one stone, especially us women who really put our families ahead of
everything.
ourselves so many times. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always like to ask people who have followed me for a while or been to my event. Lisa's been a partner at my event for a couple of years now. She's an amazing presenter and great energy, as you can see from here today, and been involved with me as a coach for a while as well. So I like to ask, what is the most helpful thing that you've learned from JMD Productivity?
The most helpful thing for me, I used to schedule my day like by the minute, almost by the second, and have like everything planned out. And when I started working with you, it was really nice to see that I didn't need to do that. And I was way more productive when I just took like the top three things really and made those a priority instead of scheduling every second of my day. And also having the scheduled time for white space. I'm a thinker. Leaders are thinkers. Leaders need time to think. I'm a philosophy major. I love it. And so being able to allow myself to have that time and know that that was going to be productive in the future, and I'm not just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, like that was really good. And being able to time swap things too. Like a kid calls, like the school calls me, your kid is sick, you got to go pick them up, or something happens, like to be able to time, like swap my time chunking, right? And doing that really was so beneficial for me. I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt more in control of my day, even though it wasn't as structured, so to speak, because every minute wasn't filled, but the top things were getting done.
And that, I love that you're talking about that white space, because so many women especially, I know some men are watching, might watch this, and you might be like, well, that's me too, and I know that, but I find that if there is a minute to breathe, or a minute to, or 15 minutes to go sit at your table and eat lunch, like this guilt, right? Like, oh, I should be doing something, or I should be working, and so it's about, let's restructure that thought process, because those moments are the moments when your subconscious is still working, even if your conscious isn't. And so you're giving yourself space to actually like work on stuff,
breathe.
right?
Yeah,
breathe. Absolutely. So I would love to know, we talked about your book, and I wanted to talk about my book this month, is The Happiness Choice by Marilyn Tam. And it's the 5 decisions that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. She's a phenomenal woman, and I got to hear her speak last year at an event that I was at, and she's just so smart, and one of the first CEOs woman CEOs at Nike, and has moved into other big companies as CEO. And so if you have a chance to pick this up or listen to it, I highly recommend it. It's not very long.
Super short. Wrote it down.
Definitely. And so well written and easy, like easy reading, as far as like, you're not trying to, I don't know, pull apart and decipher too much, but very applicable. So I would like to know what you have coming up in March, April timeframe, that so my people can engage with you.
So people can engage. Awesome. Yes. I do think that when people work with you and working with me, the very similar mindsets and things that we talk about with routines and with habits and being productive and making play and health a priority, because that will excel your business and personal life. So it's very similar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I always have my one-on-one health coaching that goes on, and that's where, if you're somebody that you come home at the end of the day and you don't know what's for dinner, or you don't have any plans for the week for what's for dinner, or you were thinking about a workout but don't have any idea what kind of workout you should do or when you should do it, then my one-on-one health coaching is super easy to get into and very beneficial for setting the morning routine, nutrition routine, fitness routine, and evening routine. That's what we really focus on. So that is an evergreen type thing that we just work together one-on-one. My Olsson Fitness System 1.0, OFS 1.0, starts in April, and this is a 10-week group coaching program. So we meet every Tuesday for an hour via Zoom, and you're with a group of other individuals that want to. I mean, we have people that are starting at the bottom with their fitness and their nutrition, and then others that I feel like they're at the top of their game, but they want to up it even more. And so that 10-week group coaching program is so amazing to be able to have that camaraderie of others and getting tips from each other. But then we have a specific plan for each individual person to be able to work on their fitness, nutrition, and routine goals. So that starts April 18th. And then I always have my 30 days to healthy living challenges with Arbonne. I love the Arbonne supplements and products and probiotics and fizz and protein and sports line, sports supplement line. I'm an athlete and I'm like, what are those called? Supplements? Yes. But our 30 days to healthy living challenge starts the first and third Monday of every single month. So you can always look at that. Another one in February, but then also in March and April. It's just a really good reset to understand what foods are negatively affecting your body and why, and what foods are really giving you energy. And you get rid of that bloat, your skin looks better, you feel amazing. So those are the big things that I have coming up, are always going on.
And the great thing about Lisa is that she meets you where you are. Like she's not, there's a lot of times when you go to gyms or you go to other health coaches and they're trying to push you to, I don't know, where they are or where they think you should be. Like she listens so well and really meets you where you are and looks at your goals and your mindset and kind of gets you through some stuff to be better. And that I've heard the 10-week, I didn't do the 10-week group coaching, but I know a lot of people who did it on the last and are in a current session and just say it's phenomenal, just so phenomenal.
Good. So good.
Excited.
I love that. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for being here and doing this twice today with me.
Sure.
So I appreciate you so much. If I'm going to have you exit the studio, but if you want to hang out for a sec, we can check back in right when I'm done closing us out.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
So I hope you enjoyed meeting Lisa Olsson. She is, as you know, a phenomenal person now you know her, and she's one of my favorite folks. Just want to talk about a few things going on at JMD Productivity. I recently spoke at the Atlanta chapter for eWomen Network, and I leave tomorrow to go speak at the Las Vegas eWomen Network chapter, and also have been at the Colorado Business Women in Denver. But we have a really big thing coming up next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 21, 22, 23 of February. Tame your task list. Please check it out, juliemillerdavis.com/jumpstart. We're going to jumpstart your productivity by weeding through your task list, 90 minutes a day for 3 days. You'll never be the same again. It's totally free unless you upgrade to VIP. So get in there and do it and check it out because it will change everything. Prioritize with Power, my 6-week course on prioritizing begins March 15th. You can check that out at prioritizewithpower.com as well. And our next All the Things is with the amazing Jackie Cox at J Cox Coaching. And that is on March 20th at 10:30 Mountain Time. Thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you next month.